We are about to embark on a journey that will not only change what you think is possible, but, more importantly, how you see yourself and the universe around you. What if I told you that the power to manifest anything you desire, wealth, love, peace, or purpose, exists within you right now? Not tomorrow, not in a distant future, but tonight, this very moment. The technique we're going to discuss is not just a method, but a portal, a doorway to a deeper understanding of how reality works. And when you walk through it, you may never see the world the same again. So, let me ask you, have you ever wondered why some people seem to attract whatever they want effortlessly, while others struggle endlessly? Is it luck, destiny, or perhaps something far more profound, a hidden principle of the universe that only a few have mastered? If that resonates with you, then stay with me. By the end of this journey, you won't just know the answer, you'll live it. Tonight, we'll uncover the secret to manifesting your desires by aligning your deepest intentions with the infinite energy of the cosmos. But before we dive into the how, let's begin with the why. Why does manifestation work? Why does thought, something intangible, have the power to reshape the physical world? And more importantly, why does it work for some and not for others? Imagine a still lake. When the surface is calm, it reflects the beauty of the sky above perfectly. But when the water is disturbed, when there's chaos, the reflection shatters, becoming distorted. Your mind is that lake. When it's calm and aligned, it reflects the infinite potential of the universe. But when it's cluttered with doubt, fear, and disconnection, it distorts your reality. Manifestation begins with stillness, not just a quiet mind, but a quiet soul. Can you quiet your inner lake? Can you let the ripples of doubt fade, even just for one night?
Click subscribe to this channel to get more profound spiritual lessons.
This technique is not about wishing or hoping. Wishing is passive. Manifestation is active. It is the art of co-creating with the universe. You are not asking for something to happen. You are commanding it. But here's the truth most people miss: the universe doesn't respond to what you want. It responds to what you are. Let that sink in. You attract not what you desire, but what you embody at the deepest level. So how do we begin? First, we must understand that manifestation is not a single act. It is a process, a symphony of mind, body, and spirit working in harmony. Tonight we'll focus on 3 critical steps: intention, alignment, and surrender. Each is vital. Miss one, and the entire process collapses. Intention is the seed. It is the spark of creation. But intention alone is not enough. Think about a seed planted in barren soil. It will never grow. For your intention to take root, it must be nurtured by alignment. Alignment is the fertile soil, your thoughts, emotions, and actions aligning perfectly with your desire. But here's the paradox: once the seed is planted, you must let go. This is surrender. You cannot force a seed to grow by digging it up to see if it's sprouting. You must trust the process. Do you? Take a moment now. Close your eyes. Picture one thing you wish to manifest. Just one. Don't overthink it, let it come to you naturally. Hold it in your mind like a delicate flame. Feel its warmth, its light. Now ask yourself, why do I want this? What will it give me that I don't already have? This question is critical, because your answer will reveal whether your desire comes from a place of lack or abundance. Manifestation cannot thrive in lack. It is born from the knowing, the deep, unshakable belief that what you desire is already yours. Before we continue, let me ask you, what would change in your life if you truly believed, without a shadow of doubt, that you were the creator of your reality, would you live differently? Would you think differently? Hold that question. Now, let's go deeper. To manifest anything overnight, you must first understand the relationship between energy and matter. Everything in this universe, at its core, is energy. Your thoughts, your emotions, your body, the chair you're sitting on, all of it vibrates at a specific frequency. And like a tuning fork, the energy you emit attracts energy of a similar frequency. This is the foundation of the law of attraction, but it's only the beginning. The technique we're discussing tonight hinges on a powerful truth: you must become the frequency of your desire. If you want love, you must emit love. If you want abundance, you must emit abundance. But here's the catch: you can't fake it. The universe doesn't respond to surface-level thoughts. It responds to the vibration of your being. So how do you shift your vibration? The answer lies in emotional resonance. Emotions are the language of the universe. While thoughts create form, emotions give them life. Think of your desire now. Can you feel it? Not the longing for it, but the feeling as if it were already yours. This is the secret. Most people focus on the absence of what they want, and in doing so, they amplify that absence. To manifest, you must feel the presence of your desire as if it were already here. This is not pretending. It is embodying. Let me guide you through a simple exercise. Close your eyes again. Visualize your desire, but don't just see it, step into it. Feel the texture of it, the emotion of it. If it's love, feel the warmth of connection. If it's abundance, feel the freedom it brings. Hold that feeling. Amplify it. Make it so vivid that it overrides your current reality. Now stay there. Can you feel the shift in your energy? That shift is alignment. This is where manifestation begins. But alignment is not just internal. It must extend into your actions. You cannot desire abundance while holding on to scarcity in your habits. You cannot desire love while clinging to fear in your relationships. Every thought, every emotion, every action must become a reflection of your desire. This is where most people fail. They try to manifest from a place of contradiction. But you cannot ask for light while living in darkness. So let me ask you, are you willing to align every part of your being with what you desire? Are you ready to become the manifestation? Now we arrive at the final, and perhaps the most challenging step: surrender. This is where most people struggle because it feels counterintuitive. If you truly desire something, how can you let it go? But here's the paradox: holding on too tightly creates resistance. It sends a message to the universe that you don't trust the process, and that doubt becomes a barrier. Surrender is not giving up. It is releasing control. It is trusting that the seed you've planted will grow in perfect timing. Imagine holding a bird in your hands. If you grip it too tightly, you will harm it. But if you open your hands, it can soar. Your desire is that bird. Can you let it fly? Let me share a powerful mantra. I trust the universe to bring me what is mine in the perfect way. At the perfect time, repeat this to yourself. Feel its truth. Surrender is not passive. It is an act of faith, a deep knowing that what is meant for you will never miss you. So tonight, as you lie in bed, take one final step. Visualize your desire one last time. Feel it as if it were already yours. Then, release it. Let it go completely. Trust that the universe has heard you. And as you drift into sleep, hold this thought: it is done. Let me ask you one final question before we close. If you woke up tomorrow and your desire had manifested, how would you live differently? Because the truth is, when you embody that version of yourself, manifestation is no longer a technique, it becomes your way of being. Let's get honest for a moment. How often do you chase something so hard that it feels like it's running away from you? It's exhausting, isn't it? That's because the harder you chase, the more you're telling yourself and the universe that you don't have it. And when you're stuck in that mindset, you're not pulling your desire closer. You're pushing it further away. The trick is to stop chasing and start trusting. That's what surrender is really about. It's not about giving up control. It's about realizing you never needed control in the first place. Here's where it gets interesting. When you let go of the need to control the outcome, something almost magical happens. Things start to align in ways you couldn't have planned. People, opportunities, and circumstances show up seemingly out of nowhere. It's not a coincidence. It's a response to your energy. The universe works like a mirror. When you let go of desperation and step into trust, the reflection changes. But here's the catch: surrender doesn't mean sitting back and doing nothing. It's about doing what you can from a place of certainty, not fear. It's about taking steps toward your desire with the quiet confidence that the rest will unfold as it should. Think of it this way: when you plant a seed, you don't dig it up every day to check if it's growing. You water it, you make sure it gets sunlight, and then you let nature handle the rest. Your role isn't to control the process. It's to nurture it. Here's an example. Let's say you're trying to manifest financial freedom. Surrender doesn't mean sitting on your couch, waiting for a bag of money to fall from the sky. It means aligning your actions with the energy of abundance. Maybe it's as simple as budgeting better. Maybe it's starting that side hustle you've been thinking about. Or maybe it's just being more generous with what you already have. The point is, you're not forcing it. You're flowing with it. You're showing the universe that you trust it to meet you halfway. That trust is the hardest part for most people. We live in a world that tells us we need to hustle, grind, and control every detail to succeed. But manifestation doesn't work on those terms. It's not about force. It's about flow. And flow only happens when you stop trying to micromanage the universe. So let's flip the script. What if you stopped trying to control every outcome and started acting like it's already yours? How would that change the way you move through the world? Here's a little exercise to try. Take a deep breath and think about something you've been trying to manifest. Now, instead of focusing on what you need to do to get it, shift your focus to what it would feel like to already have it. Not just in your mind, but in your body. How would your shoulders feel? Would you breathe differently? Would there be a sense of relief, excitement, or calm? That feeling is the signal you're sending out. And trust me, it's far more powerful than any amount of overthinking or overplanning. Let me tell you something radical: you don't have to deserve your desires. You don't have to prove you're worthy of them. The very fact that you have the desire means it's already meant for you. The only thing standing in the way is your belief that it's hard to get. What if it's not? What if it's as natural as breathing? What if the only thing you need to do is allow it to happen? This is where most people get stuck. They think, I've done everything right. Why hasn't it happened yet? But the truth is, it's not about doing everything right. It's about being in the right state of mind. It's about realizing that waiting isn't a punishment, it's part of the process. Sometimes, the delay is the preparation. Sometimes the space between where you are and where you want to be is exactly what you need to grow into the person who can handle what you're asking for. Stop measuring the time it's taking. Stop checking for signs every 5 minutes. That's not trust. That's doubt disguised as hope. Real trust is quiet. It doesn't need constant reassurance. It knows that what's meant for you can't miss you, even if it takes longer than you expected. So ask yourself this: are you willing to let go of your timeline so you can make space for something even better? Or are you so attached to the how and when that you're blocking what's trying to come through? Now let's talk about the final piece of the puzzle: becoming. This is where everything we've talked about comes together. If you want something to manifest, you can't just think about it, wish for it, or even work toward it. You have to become it. You have to embody the energy of your desire so completely that the universe has no choice but to reflect it back to you. Here's the truth: manifestation isn't about getting something outside of you. It's about aligning with what's already inside you. The wealth, the love, the peace, it's all within you, waiting to be expressed. The outside world is just a mirror. If you want to change the reflection, you have to change the source. Think about someone who seems to have everything you're trying to manifest. What do they have that you don't? It's not just the thing they have, it's the energy they're operating from. If they're abundant, they're not just sitting on money, they're thinking, feeling, and acting from a place of abundance. If they're in love, they're not just in a relationship, they're radiating love. That energy is what creates reality. And the good news is, you can tap into it right now. You don't have to wait for the external conditions to change. You just have to change your internal state. Let's make this practical. If you want to manifest love, start by becoming love. Not for someone else, but for yourself. How do you treat yourself when no one's watching? How do you talk to yourself when you make a mistake? That's the energy you're sending out, and that's the energy you'll attract back. If you want to manifest abundance, start by becoming abundant. Maybe that means being generous with your time, your attention, or your resources. Maybe it means stopping the habit of scarcity, thinking like hoarding or worrying about what you don't have, and starting to act like there's always more than enough. Here's a question to sit with: if your desire showed up right now, would you be ready for it? Not just in theory, but in practice. If the answer is no, that's okay. It just means there's still some alignment work to do. And that's where the real magic happens, not in the moment your desire manifests, but in the journey of becoming the person who's ready to receive it. The only thing left to do now is to live as if it's already done. Because in a way, it is. The moment you align your energy, the universe starts working on your behalf. Your job isn't to figure out how it will happen. Your job is to trust that it's happening. And the best way to do that is to keep showing up as the version of yourself who already has it. That version of you isn't worried or desperate. They're calm, confident, and at peace. And when you live from that place, everything else falls into place. Let's strip this down to the core. Manifestation is not about waiting for something magical to happen. It's about stepping into the reality you want, long before anyone else can see it. Most people sit around hoping the world will change for them, but that's backward. You don't wait for the world to change so you can feel different. You feel different first, and the world catches up. Think about this: you wouldn't plant a tree and then stare at the soil, hoping it grows faster just because you're watching. You'd water it, leave it alone, and trust it's doing what it's supposed to do. But here's where most people fail: they keep doubting the process and trying to force the outcome. And that's where things fall apart. The same principle applies to manifestation. If you're constantly second-guessing, constantly wondering when it's going to show up, you're disrupting the process. Growth takes trust, patience, and consistent action. Here's something that's easy to overlook. Your current reality is already the result of your past energy. Everything you're experiencing right now, your relationships, your bank account, your opportunities, is a reflection of who you were, not who you're becoming. That's why it's pointless to get stuck in frustration or blame about where you are. You're not trapped in this version of life. You're just seeing the echo of where your energy used to be. The question is, where are you aiming your energy now? Most people live in reaction mode. They let what they see dictate how they feel. If the bank account is low, they feel broke. If the relationship is rocky, they feel unlovable. And that cycle keeps repeating because their energy is tied to the external world. But if you want to manifest something different, you have to flip the script. You have to feel the abundance before the money shows up. You have to feel the love before the partner arrives. This isn't pretending. It's priming your energy to match the reality you want. Let's break it down into something you can do right now. Take one area of your life where you want to shift, just one. Instead of focusing on what's missing, focus on what it would feel like if it were already here. Not in a vague, wishy-washy way, but in specific, grounded terms. What would your daily routine look like? How would you carry yourself? How would you interact with others? Start acting like that version of yourself today, not someday. It's not about faking it. It's about becoming it. Here's the thing most people never realize: your brain doesn't know the difference between something real and something vividly imagined. That's why visualization works. When you consistently picture and feel your desired reality, your mind starts to believe it's already true. And when your mind believes it, your energy shifts. And when your energy shifts, the world has no choice but to follow. This isn't just about thinking positive thoughts. You can't trick the universe with empty affirmations. Saying "I'm rich 100 times a day" won't do anything if deep down you're vibrating in scarcity. That's why it's crucial to align your thoughts, feelings, and actions. If even one is out of sync, the whole process falls apart. You might feel like you're working hard, but if your energy is pulling in the opposite direction, you'll stay stuck. So here's a challenge for the next 24 hours. Act as if your desire is already here. Not halfway, fully. Speak, move, and make decisions like the version of you who already has what you want. See what happens. Pay attention to how you feel. Notice how people respond to you differently. Notice how opportunities start to show up. This isn't about testing the universe, it's about shifting your vibration and seeing the ripple effect.